Hello, welcome back to the channel Awesome Learning. We will continue with the topic basis of classification from the chapter Animal Kingdom. And in this topic, now we are going to do the third point, that is regarding the germinal layers. I said in the previous video, children, that organisms were classified on the basis. There were certain points on which the organisms were classified, and one of them is germinal layer. Now I told you that germinal layer means there are two types of cells in the body. One is germ cells and the other one were somatic cells. So the cells which combine to form a layer, the germ cells which completely form a layer is called germinal layer. So these are the layers of embryo from which all the body organs are formed. Okay, this is embryo. These are the germinal layer or the germinal cells. Now, based on the number of germ layers, animals are of two types. So now let me show you along with the diagram here that if the organism is diploblastic, that means it has two types of layers. As you see, one is the ectoderm, this one is the endoderm. The inner one is the endoderm and the outer one is the ectoderm. You see, there are two layers. The inner one is the endoderm, the outer one is the ectoderm. Okay, and the reddish portion that you see is mesoglia. So because there are only two layers of germ cells, so this type of setup is called diploblastic. But here in this case, you have three layers. The inner one is the endoderm, the outer one is the ectoderm, and you see the middle layer. This whole middle layer also consists of cells, germ cells. The reddish one, these are the mesoderm. You see, the inner one are the mesoderm. So because here there are three germ layers, so this is called triploblastic animals, or the setup is triploblastic, right? So germ layers are those cells or those layers from which the organs will be formed. Here the outer organs will be formed from the ectoderm and the inner ones from the endoderm. And here also the inner body wall will be formed from the endoderm, the outer body wall will be formed from the ectoderm, and the internal organs which are placed in between will be formed from the mesoderm. So this is what is germinal layers and classification based on germ layers. Now here children, as you see, diploblastic, you see, I also showed you in the diagram, previous diagram, and here also you can make out. Okay. So this one is diploblastic, you see, diploblastic, two germ layers, one is the endoderm and the other one is the ectoderm. They are here also, they have shown. And the mesoglia is the non-living layer. It is not having the cells, germ layers, so there are only two germ layers. Okay, in between these layers is undifferentiated jelly-like layer called mesoglia. This is jelly-like layer called mesoglia. This is not living. Examples are Cnidria and Stenophora. But here in triploblastic, there are three germ layers. Outer one is ectoderm, middle one is mesoderm, and the inner one is the endoderm. Examples are Platyhelminthes and Chordata. Very easy. Not it is not that difficult. Okay. Then the next topic or the fourth one is the coelom or the body cavity. Now it is the cavity lined by mesoderm. So there is the internal layer, children, is mesoderm. The internal layer is the mesoderm. So if there is a cavity, you see this is a cavity and this cavity is surrounded by mesodermal cells. If you see, the cavity is surrounded by mesodermal cells. So this cavity is called body cavity or coelomic cavity or coelom. So this is cavity lined by mesodermal cells, and it is seen between the body wall and the gut wall. Now what is the gut wall? The gut wall is the alimentary canal wall, and body wall is the outer body wall. So whatever space is between gut wall, this is the gut wall, yani your alimentary wall, and body wall is the outer body wall. तो gut wall और body wall इन दोनों के बीच में जो space है, that is coelom. Okay, that is your body cavity. So coelom separates the muscles of gut and body wall. Based on the nature of the coeloms, the animals are of three types. You see here, based on this, the animals are of three types: acoelomates, pseudocoelomates, and coelomates. Okay. Now, as the name suggests, acoelomates are those which do not possess the body cavity. They have no body cavities here. You see, the space between the body wall and the digestive cavity is filled with the matrix of parenchyma. So there is no body cavity because the space is totally filled up with the matrix or parenchyma. Examples are porifera and platyhelminthes. Then we come to pseudocoelomates or false body cavity. Now, what do we mean by false body cavity? Here, the body cavity is not lined by mesoderm. Originally, when I spoke about body cavity, I told you that body cavity is a space which is totally lined up by mesodermal cells. But here, pseudocoelomates, the body cavity is not lined by mesodermal cells. So mesoderm is scattered pouches. It is in form of scattered pouches, and hence it is called pseudocoelomates. Examples: Achelminthes. Then true body cavity, that is coelomate. Here the coelom rises from the mesoderm because the internal cells are mesodermal cells, and coelom is lined by peritoneal layer which is filled with coelomic fluid. Examples are from Annelida till Chordata. All of them have true body cavity or they have coelom. Now, what is the function of coelom? Now, you see, children, it is actually a space between the gut wall and the body wall. I told you, the space between the gut wall and the body wall. So, what functions does this body cavity has? It accommodates visceral organs. Now, children, what are the visceral organs? Children, the organs which are from outside, like your ear, your nose, your hands, your legs, these are also called organs, but they are outer organs. Okay. And there are also some organs which are present inside the body, like your stomach, your lungs, your heart, are different organs which are placed inside the body. These organs which are placed inside are called visceral organs. So, coelomic body or body cavity has a function of accommodating the visceral organs. They actually help these organs to fit in the space which has been provided by the body. Then it also has coelomic fluid, because in between the organs there is certain space. So this space is filled up with the coelomic fluid between the visceral organs so that the friction is reduced. Now you know that the organs are very much close to each other and there could be a friction in between these organs. So just to reduce that friction, the visceral organs have coelomic fluid in between them. Then, of course, because of these coelomic fluid, it is also behaving as an shock absorbers. Now we fall down or we just get a very strong jerk. If we get, then the organs may you can say they can hit each other or they can have you can say a very strong shock on the organs. So this coelomic fluid will behave as a shock absorber. Okay. Now let's move on to the next, the fourth one we have done is, I think here body cavity is finished. I have some issue with my mouse. Okay. Then we come to metamerism. As I told you in the previous video, that metamerism is actually the segmentation. Okay, metamerism means segmentations. So it is a phenomenon in which the body or organ is externally and internally divided into repeated segments or metamers. So you see, the body is internally also and externally also, the body is divided into segments or metamers. So this is called metamerism. Examples are annelids like earthworm. Arthropods are also showing this phenomenon of metamerism. Then the next is notochord, children. Notochord, as you see here, they have written it is mesodermally derived. Not what do you mean by mesodermally means? Notochord has been formed, or it has been developed from the cells of mesoderm, because notochord is an organ which is internal. So internal organs arise from mesoderm. So notochord is a part of the body which has arisen from the cells of mesoderm, derived supporting rod formed on the dorsal side. I told you what is dorsal side. This is the dorsal side of the body. This is the ventral side of the body. So notochord is formed on the dorsal side during the embryonic development in some animals. Animals with notochord are called chordates. So those animals which have notochord, you see this brown line is the notochord. So those who have notochord are called chordates, and those without notochord are called non-chordates. Okay. Then, okay. So let's see the summary here, children. These are the phyla. Okay, these are the various phylums and the various level of organizations or basis of classification are present here. Porifera is cellular level, no germ layers, because only cellular layer. Germ layers to tabhi honge na when there will be many cells present. It is a symmetrical radial and acylomate. Then synedria, tissue, diploblastic, radial, acylomate. So all the information has been summarized in this table, which you can also, which will help you to remember or help you to write down your notes. Okay.